The need for stronger gender inclusion in governance and leadership across Nigeria is once again on the front burner at the 2025 Voice of Women Conference held this Thursday in Abuja. Stakeholders advocated for the passage of the much-debated reserve seat bill for women, stressing that Nigeria can no longer afford to leave half of its population underrepresented. Let's join Clevis Gurata for details.
In this hall are policy makers, legislators, civil society groups, and gender advocates. They have converged on Abuja, Nigeria's capital city, for a brainstorming session and advocacy for greater participation and women inclusion in governance and decision-making. In their separate remarks, stakeholders at the event highlighted the persistent underrepresentation of women in political and leadership spaces, noting that currently women occupy less than 10% of elective and appointive positions in Nigeria, a figure they say is far below global standards. The reserve seat bill, which has been debated in the National Assembly, proposes the creation of additional seats to be contested exclusively by women in both federal and state legislatures.
And we know that women are 50% of Nigeria's population, but represent less than 4% of seats in the National Assembly. Women are the biggest minority group. You see that contradiction in terms. But across Nigeria, we are witnessing a groundswell of advocacy and determination. The UK is proud to support and we deeply admire the progress that Nigerian women, and indeed Nigerian men, have made in pushing for the constitutional reform through reserve seats for women bill. This bill, if passed, would be a historic step forward in enhancing women's representation in Parliament, propelling Nigeria forward as a global leader in the global economy.
In India, what changed the dynamics for women's political participation is local government participation. And we need to see it happen in Nigeria. It is also dangerously risky for us because now the local governments are going to have financial capacity that they never enjoyed. And we will not have that goodies or those goodies work out without women taking a fair share and also ensuring that it reaches their families, their communities, and their states and the nation in general.
This is a message we must continue to reiterate, that this bill is no longer a women's issue, it's a nation-building imperative, and therefore any lawmaker, be it a senator, be it a member of the House of Representatives, that wants to return to power in 2027 must throw their support behind this reserve seats for women's bill. We believe that this piece of legislation will move Nigeria forward.
The federal government has, however, assured Nigerian women of their commitment to bridging the gender gap which has dominated the country's political landscape for decades. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Abbas Tajuddin, expressed the government's readiness to promote the implementation of the bill in the interest of all women.
Today's team, Nigerian women, the power of the collective action, could not have come at a better time. It speaks to the reality that true gender equality cannot be achieved in isolation. It requires the deliberate, united efforts of government, civil society, our development partners, the private sector, and the media.
The issue of women underrepresentation will soon be a thing of the past, and this is because, like the Honorable Minister said, the time is now. There is no better time than now. We have a president that is gender sensitive. This is the president that is the only one that has allowed his wife to go to the Senate 3 times. He's a senator himself. He's a lawmaker. We have a vice president that is a senator. He's a lawmaker as well. So there's no better time than now. We have the leadership of the National Assembly that are overwhelmingly supporting this bill.
Politics, voting is about your people. It's about the community. You will work 10 times more than the man to win, but once you keep to your community, they will be with you.
With the 2027 general elections drawing closer, advocates say the time to act is now, insisting that passing the reserve seat bill will not only amplify the voices of women, but also reshape Nigeria's political landscape. The event also featured panel discussions where speakers emphasized the need to dismantle cultural and financial barriers that hinder female participation in governance. Gloria Atta, reporting for Clearview News.